What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday, January 11th, and in today's video, we're going to be building out a 6 flex slip over on PrizePicks for today's 10-game NBA slate. And I know it is also NFL playoffs. We have 3 games on today in the NFL, so we may be including some NFL player props inside this slip as well. Now, if you're new to the channel, hello, my name is TJ. In these daily pick videos, I build out 6 flex slips over on PrizePicks because the 6 flex slip on PrizePicks is mathematically the best slip type that you can be entering. And we're also going to check out Betr and build out a 5 flex slip over on Betr, try to 10 times our money over there. And again, because the best slip type that you can possibly play on Betr mathematically is the 5 flex slip. If this is your first time stumbling upon the channel, if you could hit that subscribe button, that would be absolutely amazing. I do these daily pick videos every single day. I didn't do one yesterday, but I typically do them at least 6 days a week. So I give you guys the opportunity to tail profitable, long-term profitable slips on both PrizePicks and Betr. We're going to utilize a tool called the Upside Tools Fantasy Player Props Optimizer. That is going to help us build out these slips. But yeah, if this video gets 50 likes, I'm going to drop it down from 75 to 50 because we haven't been able to hit that threshold. I'm going to be doing a $50 giveaway on my next video. So to be entered, if you want the opportunity to win 50 bucks on a giveaway, you got to be subscribed to the channel, hit that like button so we can hit our goal, and then go ahead and comment in the reply section below or the comment section below. Go ahead and reply your favorite play for this 10-game NBA slate. Now, real quick, I mentioned that PrizePicks, the best slip type that you can possibly play, is that 6 flex slip. And for anybody unaware, and that's new to the channel, PrizePicks operates as a fixed payout platform. So all that means is it doesn't matter if we're taking more or less on any of these player prop projections, our payout always remains the same. So we know when we're entering a 2-man power, we're always getting a 3 times return. Now, there are things that you can do like enter Demons and Goblins, which you guys shouldn't be playing on PrizePicks. They're a complete ripoff, so if you are, don't play them. Or if you're heavily correlating in things like NFL or other sports like PGA, soccer, NHL, etc., where you're going to get a payout shift. But in most cases, specifically NBA or other sports where you're just taking more or less player props, your payout remains the same. So in a 2-man power on PrizePicks, we know we get that 3 times payout. I can change Steph Curry from more assists to less. My payout stays the same. I can take Jordan Poole turnovers, change him from more to less. My payout stays the same. It doesn't matter the combination that I'm entering. Our payout stays the same because, again, PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform. So because we know what we're actually getting for each slip, so we know this information, and the only thing that actually changes our payout that we're getting on PrizePicks when entering slips are the amount of player props that we're adding into our slips and the slip type that we're playing. So in a 2-man power, and on PrizePicks in general, they don't actually show you the odds per each individual leg inside the slip. But because we know the payout we're getting, we're able to compute on the back end what each individual leg actually equates to. So in a 2-man power, each individual leg is equivalent to minus 137 odds. Now, in building out a 6 flex slip, each individual leg is actually equivalent to minus 118 odds. So we're getting a way better bang for our buck trying to find value building out 6 flex slips on PrizePicks opposed to things like 2-man powers and other slips like that. So that's why we build out 6 flex slips over here. It's also more fun to try to 25 times your money. And sure, it's easier to hit 2-man powers, but in the long run, playing 6 flexes or 5 flexes even is the best way to profit long-term playing on these fixed payout platforms like PrizePicks, Betr, Underdog, Dabble, Pick 6, and more. So this tool here over at Upside, the Fantasy Player Props Optimizer, compares sportsbook lines and odds directly back to various DFS apps that use fixed payouts. So again, we're using this to build out our PrizePicks and our Betr slip in this video. We leverage the sportsbook markets and where they actually set their lines and odds, and we compare them back to PrizePicks or Betr to help us find long-term profitable plays. And this actually tells you the percent odds to hit based on the sportsbook lines and odds and where they're setting that specific player prop based off of the line, that we're getting it on PrizePicks. So for instance, Julian Champagny right now over 5.5 rebounds on PrizePicks has a 55.5% chance to hit based on where all the sports books and other DFS apps are currently listing this player prop. We can see FanDuel and DraftKings, the two sharpest when it comes to NBA player props, have this set 1 higher at 6.5. And if I actually click in this row, it's going to expand so I can see the overs and the unders for this specific player prop. We have Underdog set 1 higher at 6.5, Dabble set 0.5 higher. And now a couple of these sports books, FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, Novik, so most of them actually have this heavily juiced on the under. But they have this listed at 6.5. We're getting this at 5.5 on PrizePicks, so one lower. So this is a really good play. So I actually want to start building our slips now. If you guys want to check out the tools over at Upside, there is a link in the description below that can get you 5 days free. Plus, if you use my code TJYT at checkout, you'll get 25% off your first purchase. So I'm going to refresh this and see if Champagny's still up there, and he's not. So what happens in that case is that PrizePicks is giving us too much of an edge, us as the customer, because PrizePicks is customer versus house, right? It's not like a peer-to-peer sports book like NoVig or ProfitX. Our goal is to take money out of PrizePicks' pockets, so they don't want to hang any player props where we're getting an edge against them. And this is what this tool does. It's a line shopping tool that shows you the best value in real time. So Champagny got removed from the board, and rightfully so. We were getting too much value, but this Anthony Black play over 4 assists looks amazing. Now, it only has a 53.7% chance to hit, but I like to look specifically at FanDuel and DraftKings. This is taking into consideration all these different sports books and DFS apps, so our better odds are kind of weighing this down a little bit. And with that being said, we have a filter coming soon where you can actually put specific weights into specific sports books. So I look heavily at FanDuel and DraftKings because they are the two sharpest when it comes to setting their player props specifically for NBA. So we're going to start with Anthony Black. That's why I go below the threshold that we actually need. But again, I'm devigging just to FanDuel and to DraftKings. So we're going to add in Anthony Black over, not in lack, Anthony Black over assist of 4.5. We're going to move on down the list and try to find other player props that look good, looking more so at FanDuel and DraftKings, like Harrison Barnes over 3-pointers made, minus 144 on FanDuel. That is insane juice, knowing that we're getting this at minus 118 odds on PrizePicks. So we're adding in Harrison Barnes over 1.5 3-pointers made. We're moving on down the list. We got quickly over 6.5 assists. You guys can see the comparing sports books and where they're actually pricing this. Minus 136 on FanDuel, minus 143 on DraftKings. Really good value. Again, we're going to add in Emmanuel Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly over 6.5 assists. Always check those little arrows, guys. Always check those little arrows. We have Nick Claxton set to 12 points. Sportsbook set 0.5 higher at 12.5 with juice on the under. Underdog actually set 0.5 lower. Betr set 0.5 higher. So we're going to skip over this play, but I can never say his last name. I'm not even going to try it. Bilal under Bilal under 1.5 steals. Again, great odds here. Let's go ahead and get that added. Someone in the comment section can tell me how to do this if you want, or pronounce his name properly, because clearly I struggle with it. He's French, so it's tough, you know. I'm not very cultured, I guess. Under 1.5 steals. We got Sengun under 8.5 rebounds. First game back in a bit for Sengun. They definitely need him because they're relying way too heavily on 37-year-old Kevin Durant. So Sengun under 8.5 boards, and then we need one more player prop. Let's give this a quick refresh because it updates every single second. And here we go. Keon Ellis under 7 points looks amazing. So let's go ahead and get that added. Keon Ellis under 7 points. And guys, just like that, we built out a 6-flex slip on PrizePicks. This is a slip that I want you guys to tell. We got Anthony Black over 4.5 assists, Harrison Barnes over 1.5 3-pointers made, Emmanuel Quickly over 6.5 assists, Bilal under 1.5 steals, Sengun under 8.5 rebounds, and then Keon Ellis under 7 points. Great slip there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to switch the optimizer from book to Betr. And I was just building that specifically NBA, so I did lie. You know what I want to do real quick, guys? Let's just check and see if there's any good NFL value. There is. Brenton Strange. Okay. Strange under 3.5 receptions. Looks amazing. You know what? Let's just stick to we're going to add Brenton Strange. We're going to take on Keon Ellis. To take out Keon Ellis, that push prop that we had. We're going to keep the other remaining 5 player props. And then we're going to add in Brenton Strange under 3.5 receptions. Unbelievable value. Minus 148 on FanDuel, minus 131 on DraftKings. Not even being offered on Dabble, Pick6, or Betr. Heavily juiced on the under on Underdog, so great value here. That's going to be our 6-flex, guys. So we just took Keon Ellis under points out and added in Brenton Strange under 3.5 receptions. Now what I want to do is let's just do NBA for Betr. And again, the value on Betr is far better than the value we're getting over on PrizePicks. So we're going to pull up Betr. Now, before you guys start pocket watching me, my wife and I just got a new bank account together on Saturday. I removed a bunch of money from a bunch of different sports books and DFS apps just so we could kind of see what we had. And when I went to go put my actual money that I withdrew from Betr back onto this account, I can't add it because something's going on with my bank account. So I have $5. So we're going to enter a $5 slip. I typically do, if you've watched my videos, $100 Betr slips. That's mostly what I'm playing, 100 or 200. But we're going to do $5. And you know what's going to happen? We're going to hit this slip because I'm not putting my 100 to win 1,000. This is going to be 5 to win 50. So I guarantee you this Betr slip smacks and goes 5 for 5 because that's the way the world works. Sandro, over 8.5 RA. We can look at the comparison to PrizePicks. Again, I'm telling you guys that the value on Betr is far better than the value on PrizePicks. If we wanted to play this on PrizePicks, we'd get him at 9. Bobby Portis over 6.5 rebounds. If we wanted to play this on PrizePicks, we'd get him at 7. Bilal, we just took him over 4.5 rebounds, right? We took him steals, excuse me. Well, his rebounds, 4.5 on Betr, it's 5 over on PrizePicks. Quickly under rebounds, not even offered on PrizePicks. Klingon under RA, not even offered on PrizePicks. So great value here on Betr. If you guys aren't on Betr, highly suggest getting signed up. But let's go ahead and build. Start from the top. We got Sandro over RA. Look at that. And I typed in NDRO, and it knows I'm trying to get Sandro. So that's amazing. So we get Sandro over RA. We had, I want to remember without going back, it was Bobby Portis over rebounds. I rule of 6.5. We have Klingon under, Reed Shepherd just popped up under 14.5 points. We can see FanDuel and DraftKings both set one lower with no lean really on either side. Looks like actually a little bit more juice on the under than the over. And again, we're getting this at 13.5, 14.5 on Betr. PrizePicks one lower, Underdog one lower, Dabble 0.5 lower, and DK Pick 6 one lower. So great value on Reed Shepherd under points. Let's go ahead and get that added before it gets bumped down to 13.5 where it actually should be. Bilal, let's add him over rebounds of 4.5. Then we need one more here. Oh, Klingon. Klingon under 14.5 RA. And that is going to be our slip. And just like that, we built out a 5 flex slip in what? Maybe 30 seconds, a minute. And that's because I was lagging a little bit and we were refreshing. So we got Sandro over 8.5 RA, Bobby Portis over 6.5 rebounds, Reed Shepherd under 14.5 points, Bilal over 4.5 rebounds, and Klingon under 14.5 RA. I'm going to place that as a flex. The 5 flex slip over on Betr is the exact same as PrizePicks, but if you go 3 for 5, you get a 0.5 times payout, opposed to PrizePicks where you only get a 0.4 times payout. So the 5 flex over on Betr is actually better than what you're getting on PrizePicks. So that's going to be a slip, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, if you are new to the channel and you made it to the end and you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. That would be absolutely amazing. And if you want the opportunity to win $50 in my next giveaway video, like this video, make sure you're subscribed and reply with your favorite play on today's 10-game NBA slate. And also turn on that notification bell on your way out. So when I do post these videos, you guys can get these slips locked in before anything gets bumped or removed. Again, we are using a tool that's going to show us the best value. So odds are a lot of these plays will get bumped or removed. So if you have that notification bell on, you get notified as soon as I post my video so you can get the slips in before that happens. But I love you guys. I appreciate you being here. If you guys want to get signed up with Upside, again, information in the description below. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Hopefully we can at least hit one of these slips at least 2 times, right, on PrizePicks or Betr. The goal is obviously to 25 times on PrizePicks and 10 times on Betr. That will be absolutely glorious when that happens, and it is going to happen soon. So make sure you're getting these slips entered. I'll catch you guys on the next video, and enjoy your Sunday.